October 25th coup to at least 39. Hundreds have also been wounded during the crackdown. As of yesterday, the official news agency SUNA said internet and telephone services were gradually returning through all telecommunication companies following weeks of a near total shutdown. Reporting for Switch Focus, my name is Sazamunga.
Transitional President of Guinea, Mamadi Doumbouya, has reiterated his vision of a successful transition to his various ministers. He said this during the first meeting of ministers under the CNRD, which took place on November 18th, as Lincoln Wambugu narrates.
At the meeting, the newly appointed Transitional Prime Minister Mohamed Bevugui said the transition will be done in a limited time, and this is to prepare the foundations for a better Guinea of tomorrow. For the Prime Minister, the improvement of the functioning of the administration, the construction of an efficient judiciary, and the reform of the economy are the urgent projects that await them. In addition, he said he is aware that his government is not a government of development, but of transformation. Mamadi Doumbouya became Guinea's transitional president in October this year after leading a coup on September 5th, which saw the overthrow of 83-year-old President Condé. Condé was the first democratically elected president in 2010 and was re-elected in 2015. He pushed through a controversial new constitution that allowed him to run for a third term in October 2020, which caused chaos in the country. Reporting for Switch TV, I'm Lincoln Wambugu.
Thank you, Lincoln. Now, Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said United States President Joe Biden plans to hold a summit with African leaders to show Washington's commitment to the continent. Blinken made the announcement from the Nigerian capital of Abuja, his second stop on a three-country tour of sub-Saharan Africa that began in Nairobi, Kenya, and will end in Dakar, Senegal. President Biden intends to host the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit to drive the kind of high-level diplomacy and engagement that can transform relationships and make effective cooperation possible. Blinken, who is on his first visit to sub-Saharan Africa as Secretary of State and is the highest-ranking Biden administration official to visit the region.
Blinken atazuru Nigeria na Senegal wiki hii ili
The world's third largest movie industry, Nigeria's Nollywood, has seen great growth with sizable investment, which makes possible the production of big-budget films, as Anunda Daniel reports.
One such film is The Black Book, touted as the country's first movie with a budget of over $1 million. It tells a story about a father seeking justice for his murdered son. It is the third major film by Nigerian director and producer Edith Effiong, who has made a strong showing since he ventured into the Nollywood industry about 4 years ago.
It's been 2 years and a half of planning and working. Our key pre-production started in March 2020. And so we had to hire the actors and put the actors through training. They had to go through physical training, they had to go through weapons training, they had to go through whip safety and stuff.
Shooting of the film began in January and has now been wrapped up. It has about 200 people from 6 different countries in its cast and crew and features some of Nigeria's top actors and actresses who think highly of the production.
This is one of the biggest movie sets right now. Not just in terms of the size of the cast and everything, but also the budget and everything, and the technical setup.
First of all, it's an amazing cast. Edith Effiong, our director, just put together an incredible story with an incredible cast in incredible locations. This movie is beautifully shot. One thing I really loved about the process was just the attention to detail. It's not every day in Nollywood that you get to experience that. Oftentimes we shoot films so fast because we have to, budget constraints, all of that stuff. But with this film, we really took our time to get it right.
Nigeria's film industry has grown to have a colossal amount of money available for quality movies, getting past the days of hurriedly put together films over tight budgets. The Black Book is set to further boost the profile of the industry, which is supposedly still far from attaining its full potential. Reporting for Switch TV, I'm Daniel Anunda.
India's northwest state of Punjab, one of the country's major agricultural regions, has been shrouded by heavy smoke as the result of intensive stubble burning activities. Over the last few days, serious air pollution has hit the areas across northern India, from New Delhi, the capital city in the northeast, to the state of Punjab in the northwest. Cities are covered by smog. Flora Lemuki with this.
Over the last 2 days, a China Media Group reporter visited the city of Amritsar in Punjab, where stubble burning was the most serious. After a 9-hour drive, the reporter finally reached Amritsar. Although expecting the problem to be serious, he was still surprised by the severity of local air pollution.
It feels difficult to breathe this season. After the festival of Diwali, I went on the roof and found air pollution so serious that I could not even see the building opposite my house. I even had problems in breathing.
Local residents say that the air quality was actually much better than it was a month ago. There are 2 harvest seasons a year, October and May, when the air in Amritsar is the dirtiest, and October usually sees the rampant stubble burning activities. Now in November, even if someone burns stubbles, he'll do it at night to keep a low profile. Punjab is a major agricultural state in India and also where stubble burning is most serious. Along the way to Amritsar, the reporter found severe air pollution almost everywhere. In some places, one can sense a pungent smell. It was even hard to keep eyes open, and if one did, smoke would make eyes watery. Thick smoke floated on endless fields on both sides of the roadway. On the day, there were not many farmers burning stubbles, but when the night fell, the smell of smoke in the air became more intense. A farmer talked to the reporter about the pollution.
Indeed, air pollution is everywhere. Stubble burning has no doubt caused serious air pollution. Now you can even find the air in New Delhi also affected. To solve the problem, the government should give farmers some facilities to handle stubbles or provide some more scientific and reasonable solutions.
Local farmers say that authorities offer to subsidize their buying of stubble processing machines, but the sum of money, 7,000 rupees, has never found its way to farmers. After the autumn harvest, land will be plowed for sowing. Time is running out. At present, it seems that burning stubble is the most economical and labor-saving way for farmers. Flora Limuki, Switch TV.
India's capital city, New Delhi, has been suffering from heavy air pollution caused by straw burning. There's less external airflow disturbance in winter, and so it's difficult for the pollutants to scatter and disappear. Harriet Chimea with more.
The latest satellite data from Indian scientists show that the level of air pollution in New Delhi this year has been higher because the amount of straw burning in neighboring states has increased. Up to Tuesday, scientists have reported 74,000 straw burning sites in the northern state of Punjab, which is the highest number since 2016. In order to increase income of farmers, various neighboring states have expanded the area for rice cultivation, which in turn increases the amount of straw processing. Punjab's rice production in 2020 increased by 27% compared to that in 2016. So the amount of straw burning increased accordingly. This has been one of the main reasons causing heavier air pollution over the past few years. According to incomplete statistics, Punjab and the northern state of Haryana produced 27 million tons of straw each year, of which 11 million tons, or 40%, are banned. Although various major agricultural states have tried to deal straw with shredders or biological measures, they all ended up to no avail because of insufficient compensation funds and immature treatment techniques. For the time being, it is still hard for states to jointly tackle air pollution, as each of them has its own concerns in pollution control. The states surrounding New Delhi are reluctant to take actions because New Delhi will be the one that benefits most from the efforts made by them. In addition, New Delhi, Haryana and Punjab are under the administration of different political parties, so it is not easy for them to sit together and discuss air pollution. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Harriet Chimea.
And with that story right there, we're headed for a short commercial break. But for this break, we utilize it to celebrate all the men out there for today's International Men's Day. We have more in line for you after the break, so don't switch, keep it switch. Welcome back. Over the break, I was having a conversation with my sign language interpreter, Teresia Washira, and my director, we refer to her as Mama Shani. And they were reminding me that today is also the World Toilets Day. And I think this 19th of October must be an overwhelmed day to celebrate the things that truly matter, which is the toilets and men as well. Now, moving on to a rather interesting, names of the twin baby pandas and a Bivol Zoo in central France were revealed yesterday by Chinese Olympic gold medalist Zhang Jieqi and French football star Kylian Mbappe. Take a look.
More than 122,000 French netizens have cast their vote to choose Huan Lily and Yuan Dudu from 5 pairs of names for the panda twin cubs, zoo officials say, adding that the two names represent the friendship between France and China, as well as the wish for good health to the cubs.
The twins' names indicate the profound friendship between China and France, as well as a good will that panda cubs can grow healthily and happily.
It's our honor and duty to participate in the protection work of vulnerable species, and especially the staff of the Behavioral Zoo have worked hard. I appreciate all the people who have provided the best living conditions for the pandas every day.
The zoo also stressed that the birth and healthy growth of Yuan Dudu and Huan Lili could not have been possibly achieved without the close cooperation of the Chinese and French teams. The zoo had invited 2 keepers from the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding in their hometown in China before the birth. In addition, they also refurbished the indoor and outdoor facilities with reference to the Chengdu base. At present, the weight of the 2 panda cubs each has exceeded 5 kilograms and all physical indicators are normal. It is expected that the 2 babies will meet the public by December 11th, according to the zoo. The twin cubs are delivered by mother Huan Huan and father Yuan Zai in August. The parents arrived in France in 2011. In 2017, Huan Huan gave birth to twin cubs, the first panda babies born in France. The first cub died shortly after its birth and the second one was named Yuan Meng. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Harriet Chimea.
Thank you, Harriet. Ongoing second Inter-African Trade Fair, the IATF, is held in the South African coastal city of Durban this week, boosting intra-African trade among the 55 states of the continent. The exhibition hall at the IATF in Durban this year is abuzz with sales, trade deals and business meetings. Over 1,000 companies from all over the continent are showing off their goods and services. Industry insiders say the trade between African nations stand at a mere 16%, with international brands still dominating local markets. But small business here say there is need to be more clarity on what it means for them. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement has been hailed by leaders here as one of the most significant milestones since its inception in January. For IT to work, however, leaders will have to move rapidly to boost trade by 50% in the next 30 years.
In our product from parts of Africa and around the world. So we're actually very excited, and we think this trade show is actually going to bring the world together, and I think that it's an excellent opportunity for us to showcase Africa and more Durban.
It's amounted to between $450 to $500 billion worth of goods that Africa imports. In terms of services, Africa imports annually about $150 billion. So if you add both of those, you're already talking almost $700 billion worth of goods. The intra-Africa trade objective is to reverse some of that.
An airport terminal in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, is bringing tangible benefits to locals by bridging the infrastructure gap in the country and creating more job opportunities.
The terminal at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport was constructed by the China Civil Engineering and Construction Corporation and funded by a loan from the Export-Import Bank of China. Media practitioner Bolade Kingsworth is one of the frequent flyers at the airport who share that the new terminal has improved the travel experience.
Like an international airport for real. I mean, the other one was like a local airport, and it was very choked in. It was small, and everybody was scrambling to get through and all that. Something good like this, and you ask us to pay, we'll be like, yeah, let's pay, because we see what you're doing with the money.
Covering an area of about 56,000 square meters, the terminal can handle 15 million passengers annually.
Facility on ground and the size of the airport has made it so easier for airlines to fly in their numbers to Abuja. Unlike before, when airline has to take turn, airline has to request for landing permits and wait for approval just because of inadequate space for them to park.
The terminal also has brought many job opportunities for local residents.
A lot of people have been gainfully employed in the terminal and what have you. The terminal has been able to secure for the first time the ASQ Award, Airport Service Quality Awards.
The terminal is one of 4 new terminals constructed in Nigeria under the China's Belt and Road Initiative. Industry watchers believe that projects such as this terminal will bring Nigeria closer to bridging its infrastructure gap, especially in the transportation sector. Sazamunga, Switch TV.
More than 1,000 truckers in Thailand blocked main roads and highways across the country this week to protest rising fuel prices, which have gone up more than 20% since the beginning of the year.
As morning breaks, 32-year-old Propan Chaipi Buyon climbs into her truck as she does do almost every day for years. But these days, she's worried for her livelihood as soaring fuel prices means less work and less pay. Now, our jobs relies on commissions. The more I work, the more I make. I have less jobs as the price of oil has risen. In order for my company to survive, they reduced our commission by 10%. We earn less money and have less jobs. On November 16th, she joined the nationwide truck power protest along with thousands of other truckers who paralyzed traffic on highways and in city centers with the hopes of putting pressure on the government.
When oil prices were high in the past, our economy was in good shape, so we managed and survived. But COVID-19 and the lockdown have harmed everyone in the supply chain, weakening our ability to deal with the oil price war.
The government says they can only keep prices at around $0.92 per litre, falling short of $0.76 the truckers want. About 80% of Thailand's cargo is transported by truck, making the industry essential for the country's deliveries. Already, truckers have cut down their service capacity by more than 20%, a concern for the country's supply chain and for consumers as the Southeast Asian country's consumer price index, a major gauge in inflation, rose at its fastest pace in 5 months in October.
Thailand is facing a very slow economic recovery from COVID-19. But when the cost of living goes up along with rising operational costs, this will delay any hopes of a fast recovery.
Last year, Thailand produced 4,200 barrels of oil, a year-on-year decline of over 11% of 2019, according to German data provided Statista. Reporting for Switch Focus, my name is Sazamunga.
Businesses have resumed normal operations in Kabul despite the lingering uncertainties and disruptions brought by economic and humanitarian crises. Our reporter Mariam Jahid with more.
Stores, restaurants and peddlers open their businesses early in the morning. A growing numbers of vehicles and pedestrians have been seen on the street days following the Taliban removal of roadside blast walls and concrete barricades which had been erected across the city for years due to security concerns. While some Kabul residents are hopeful for better lives, many store owners are still concerned about their businesses. After the Taliban's takeover in mid-August, the Afghan economy has suffered from the U.S. freezing of over $9 billion in assets belonging to the Afghan Central Bank, as well as a halt in funds by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. In his open letter to urge the U.S. to unfreeze the assets, acting Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi said Afghans will face greater difficulties and the country will become a source of mass migration in the region and the world if there is no change in the current situation. Businesses resume normal operations in Kabul amid lingering uncertainty. Reporting for Switch, my name is Mariam Jahid.
That story brings us to the end of our bulletin, but just a challenge to you. Take it upon yourself to pass that good message of thanksgiving and encouragement to the man next to you, today being the International Men's Day. My name is David Kagina. The Sign Language interpreter has been Teresia Washira. My director Mama Shani and the producer has been Sazamunga. Till next time, enjoy your evening.